Welcome back to Investing Talk Podcast. Today we're taking a closer look at KB Home. You've pulled together some interesting information on this home builder.
That's right. We've got company descriptions, their latest Q1 2025 earnings, a due diligence rundown, and some recent news from April.
Okay, so the plan is to sift through all this and sort of figure out the key takeaways, what really matters for understanding KB Home right now.
Sounds good. They're pretty well known for their built-to-order approach, aren't they?
Yeah, that seems to be their main hook, letting buyers customize. That's a bit different from some others.
It is. And also their focus on sustainability. Getting recognized by Newsweek 5 years straight, that's not nothing.
Right. For you listeners interested in, let's say, responsible investing, that could be a factor. Does it actually, drive sales, though? Or maybe attract certain buyers?
That's a good question. It could definitely boost their brand image. Plus, they seem to have a solid foundation with a pretty large backlog.
I saw that number, $4.45 billion. That sounds like a lot of secured future work. Provides a cushion, maybe.
It certainly helps with revenue visibility. But then we get to the recent financials, Q1 2025, and things get a little interesting.
Okay. How so?
Well, one source paints a pretty rosy picture. Revenues at $1.67 billion, earnings per share 1.76 cents, both beat expectations.
Beating expectations is usually good news. What drove that? Higher deliveries and pricing.
Seems like it, yeah. And they reported a gross margin of 22.3%.
22.3%. Is that considered strong in the home building sector? Suggests good cost control, maybe?
It's generally seen as healthy, yes. Points to managing their building costs and maybe some smart land strategy. But here's the twist.
Oh.
Another report, same period, Q1 2025, shows different figures. Revenue at $1.39 billion. That's actually down 5% year over year.
Down 5%. Okay, that's quite different from $1.67 billion. What about the earnings per share in that report?
EPS there was $1.49, so lower than the law $1.76 in the other report, and also down from Q1 last year, and apparently it missed expectations.
Wow, okay. So same quarter, different stories. How does that happen? Different accounting, maybe? Or focusing on slightly different things?
It could be various reasons. GAAP versus non-GAAP reporting, maybe slight differences in exactly what Q1 covers for each source.
Yeah.
It really shows why you, as an investor, need to, well, compare sources carefully.
Definitely. It makes you question which set of numbers reflects the underlying reality better. How do you reconcile that?
That's the key challenge, isn't it? You need to dig deeper, maybe look at the methodologies. Anyway, moving on from the earnings puzzle, they also declared a dividend recently.
Right, Q2 dividend, $0.25 per share, payable in May. That suggests some confidence, perhaps, returning cash to shareholders?
It often does signal financial stability, yes. It's something income-focused investors look for. And they're also expanding. 2 new communities launched.
Whereabouts?
Entrada del Oro in Arizona, Gold Canyon, focusing on affordable luxury, and then Summerlin in Las Vegas, which is a big master-planned community.
Vegas and Arizona, those are often seen as growth areas, right? And Summerlin specifically mentions customizable homes, linking back to their model.
Exactly. So they're clearly still investing in expansion in key markets. But, they're not operating in a vacuum. There's competition.
Oh, for sure. The big ones, Lennar, D.R. Horton, Pulte Group. How does KB Home stack up against those giants?
Well, they differentiate with the built-to-order and the sustainability angle. Market share might be smaller overall, but they have their niche. The whole market is facing certain pressures, too.
You mean mortgage rates? They're still pretty high, which has to be making things tougher for buyers, even if demand is strong in places like the Sun Belt.
That's the main headwind, yes. High rates impact affordability across the board, although maybe KB Home's focus on energy efficiency helps a bit there. Lower long-term running costs for homeowners.
That's a potential selling point, definitely. But are there other risks? What about margins if they have to offer more incentives to buyers?
That's a risk, absolutely. More incentives can eat into that gross margin we talked about. Plus, you've always got the bigger economic picture, inflation sticking around, what the Fed does next with rates.
And regulations. Changes in subsidies or environmental rules could affect things too, I suppose?
Always a possibility in this industry. So, looking ahead, what should you keep an eye on?
Upcoming earnings reports, obviously.
Yeah.
See if those conflicting numbers get clarified. And what they do with land acquisition.
Precisely. Those will be key signals. It comes down to how they navigate these choppy waters, the interest rates, the competition, the regulations, while still making the most of that fairly large backlog.
Okay, so wrapping this up.
Yeah.
It feels like KB Home is a bit of a mixed bag. You've got the clear strengths like the customization and the green focus.
Yeah, those are definite positives.
But then you have these conflicting Q1 reports, which raises questions, needs more digging.
For sure. The dividend and the new community show they're moving forward, planning for growth.
But they can't escape the broader economic climate or the tough competition. It's not an easy market.
No, it isn't. Which probably explains why one recommendation we saw was basically hold if you already own it, and maybe a buy for new investors, but only after you do more homework.
Homework like checking their official SEC filings for the nitty-gritty financial details, as one report suggested.
Exactly. And listening in on their next earnings call to hear management's perspective directly.
So the final thought for you listening is, how do all these pieces, the customization, the sustainability, the confusing numbers, the dividend, the expansion plans line up with your own investment approach and your comfort level with risk right now?
Yeah, which parts of the story are most compelling or maybe most concerning for you? It's really about understanding how these different threads weave together.
It's definitely a complex picture, not a simple buy or sell story based on this.
Very true. Lots to consider.
Well, thank you for walking through KB Home with us today. If you found this helpful, please do subscribe, like the episode, and leave a comment. It really helps us create more analyses like this one.